Hi guys, it's Sam and Gino here. Today we're just going to go through some of the things that we've spotted over the last week that we think are actually making alterations to the market, and some things that are coming up over the next week, and just some topical news that we've picked up on over the last week as well.
Don't forget guys, we are not financial advisors. It's for entertainment purposes only, and these are all just our opinion. Please do your own research on whatever we talk about as well.
And hit that like button, subscribe button and notification bell, as it really does help us out and grows us in the YouTube algorithm. So the first thing that's happened that probably most people have taken notice of is the crypto sell-off, which has resulted in some coins being down 50 to 40% over the last week.
Yeah.
So some of the things that happened, we have to start with Elon Musk.
Oh, Elon Musk was tweeting again.
Yeah. So his tweets have really been dictating the markets in shapes and forms over the last while. So
it's actually pretty crazy. There's nothing that man does that doesn't go viral. There's nothing he puts his hands to.
He's got such an influence at the moment, over a lot of things, but specifically the crypto market with his influence on Doge and Bitcoin.
Crazy. Yeah.
So him stopping the acceptance of Bitcoin because of coal emissions used in the mining of Bitcoin. It's basically more related to the tax credits that Tesla are given for carbon credits that they sell on the market.
Yeah, basically they sell carbon credits to companies. The main one is actually Fiat and Chrysler. So their one company, Fiat, would be more known in Ireland. But they basically buy carbon credits from Tesla, and that's the only reason that last quarter that Tesla were profitable. Because of selling carbon credits, which is a little bit worrying.
And also from selling a small bit of Bitcoin as well.
They sold a little bit of Bitcoin too. And so Elon did tweet as well. He did tweet that Tesla has diamond hands. So anyone in the crypto space knows diamond hands means holding. They're not selling. He claims they're not selling Bitcoin.
Yeah, and he hasn't sold any of his personal stake either in both Bitcoin or Dogecoin.
Yeah, and then... Yeah, that's...
So one of the other reasons then is China. They've been reiterating this since 2013, 2014, and in 2017 that they're going to stop institutional buying of cryptocurrencies. So they've already said this before, and it's always kind of resulted in the same thing. It's always came back.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to make more control over their finances and their institutions that they have. So it's possible market manipulation as well, where they're trying to buy up more Bitcoin so they can have a controlling dominance over the market. And also an interesting thing is coming out of Hong Kong, which is
Hong Kong set a rule basically that if you're not a professional investor, which is someone with over $1.03 million, or that's 8 million Hong Kong dollars, that you can't deal in crypto. So you're not allowed to buy crypto now. So that's really unfair for retail investors. It doesn't make any sense. The whole point of cryptocurrency is supposed to be that that the average Joe has a say in where his money's going. Exactly, yeah. And Hong Kong are trying to basically stop that straight away now. Whether that will happen or not, I don't know. But what I think the last time China tried to,
there'll be a lot of backlash to it anyway. Definitely.
Yeah.
This fear then that came with China along with Elon has also resulted obviously in that thing with the cryptos going down between 40-50%. This came in with leveraged positions, which is huge in the crypto market. It's one of the most leveraged spaces you can get into, and a lot of the brokerages crashed, like Coinbase, Binance and stuff. You couldn't get into them, which means you couldn't sell, and a lot of positions got liquidated on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So which resulted in 9.4 billion being liquidated in 24 hours.
And that's also that's an issue. It's an issue that things like places like Coinbase and stuff like that crashed. They shouldn't crash. There's people that lost
server traffic,
huge amounts of money. People that couldn't buy the dip. For us that don't leverage our money, people that couldn't buy the dip in Ethereum, especially, but it is a massive issue. The main reason for that sell-off. So there was people getting scared. There was people then that caused the apps to crash basically, and then people couldn't get out. People couldn't get out of their margin calls, basically. So
that's kind of just wraps up crypto, and a lot of the fear and FUD, fear, uncertainty and doubt that's in that space at the moment. Hopefully it kind of clears up over the next few weeks. The stock market compared to the crypto has been relatively flat.
Boring.
boring on overall terms, like, but there's actually been some spots in there which have been growing, like.
So like we spoke about this on TikTok. We put up a TikTok nearly 2 weeks ago. For anyone not on TikTok, we basically said that we could start seeing the value stocks, the money that was going into value stocks and coming out of growth stocks over the last, well, basically up for 2021. We did say we think we can see that coming back into the growth stocks, like places like Palantir started to go back up, which is obviously a very popular one for us. Tattooed Chef.
I think a bit of this runoff is also from the crypto space, as well as retail people have been taking their money out of it and they've been putting their money back into these retail names, pumping up like some of our names as well. Like from Tattooed Chef, I got a good boost this week, and also Planet 13 also did get a good boost as well. But there's also noticeable short positions like that are appearing across the market too. Like, and Tattooed Chef, I know we've mentioned it a good few times, like, but it has grown to have a notable short position, and this is happening to a good few stocks around the place. Like, so one of the notable shorts that's come up in this week is Michael Burry has opened up a huge short position against Tesla.
If you don't know who Michael Burry is, guys, just quickly, he's if you've seen the movie The Big Short, he basically called the housing crisis crash in America, and
in 2007,
and he basically managed to somehow bet against that, and he made billions from it. And like Michael Burry makes a lot of calls, and he says a lot of things, and some of them do come off, but it never comes into the media, the stuff that he gets wrong. Like, so people are saying
he did call GameStop as well, which is quite topical.
He went long on GameStop, so he actually had, that wasn't a short position.
No,
which is interesting. So like, he was regularly buying and waiting for it to go up. But 530 million short position.
Interesting about his short position though, he's put it as a put option, which makes it time sensitive to 2023. Which he can cash out any time in between that though if he wants, like, but his option would expire in 2023.
But he's doing well. He bought it at like 840.
Over 800.
Like somewhere around $840. So like it's down to I think 580 or 570 at the moment. So he's doing well, and he's probably going to continue to do well. Like I love Tesla, and I'm definitely bullish on Tesla. But short term, if you told me Tesla was going down another $100 a share, I wouldn't be surprised. And I think
take the Nasdaq to go down a few days. Like,
I think he's going to do well on it. Like,
so
that's it. Like, that's enough, I suppose, negativity about. We'll get into some more positive stuff that went on.
You can take it away there.
So like Tattooed Chef, for example. So Tattooed Chef came out with some great news. And if you're not familiar with any of these stocks we mentioned, by the way, me and Sam do 2 videos during the week, our 5 top favorite stocks, and pretty much everything we mentioned here would be in it. Tattooed Chef just recently went into Whole Foods, so they have 2 products going into Whole Foods at the minute. In Ireland, people don't know, if you don't know who Whole Foods is, they're actually owned by Amazon. So they're a supermarket that are owned by Amazon, and if things go the way people think things are going to go, that is huge for Tattooed Chef. Sam Galletti, the CEO, did say
the fastest sale in the freezer oil ever. So it was the biggest launch.
The biggest launch in Target's history was Tattooed Chef in the freezer oil, which is huge. So if that goes into Whole Foods, and then if Amazon starts taking over the grocery space in America, like they've done with so many other spaces, and Tattooed Chef is one of their main products, that's going to be massive. Like, Tattooed Chef also recently acquired 2 factories. So they got in New Mexico. One of them I think is fully up and running, but it's making tortilla chips and stuff like that.
So they're going to convert it into their own products.
And stuff. So. And I think it was $30 million in cash they paid for it. So they got basically a whole new business for only $30 million in cash. And Tattooed Chef is cash heavy already.
So you could expect more. I
think this is going to keep happening, and they seem very confident in that. The next part, this is Sam's little.
It's a small bit of news is coming out of the Vatican City of all places. Really, like, so, Fisker, one of the EV company startups, like, that are actually partnered with Magna International, which is the automotive manufacturer contractor. So they basically partner with smaller EV companies that don't have the infrastructure, and they build them for them. So the Pope is getting a new Pope-mobile, whether he likes it to be called that or not, but he's getting a new Pope-mobile that's EV, and it's just great publicity then for Fisker and Magna as well. Like, it's only a small bit of news, but look, it's great
again,
publicity.
If you've seen in Sam's video, he talked about Magna. Like, Magna have been around a long time. They've worked with massive other, like, loads of other companies. They're kind of Sam's play on the EV market. Like, Tesla is obviously what I'm in, and Sam has Magna, which are definitely a safer bet. Like they're
it's a more of a value
it's
value
more
play,
of a value play,
less
but
of a risky.
that is
like,
huge news. The huge news is that Fisker are doing something and Magna are doing it with them.
Yeah, and like they
That's
could
the news,
expect
like, yeah.
they could expect more of these smaller companies to partner with Magna as well. Like so.
And then there was two other things. So one of these next week, Planet 13's earnings are coming out now. So that's for Q1. We already know that Q2 has been huge. Like so for April, the 20th of April, which is 420, they did revenue of 530,000 in the day. Yeah, 500.
Day ever.
540,000 is their largest day ever by over 50%.
Yeah.
And also they did 10.8 million revenue in April, which was more than they did in their whole Q2 last year.
Yeah.
Like Planet 13 is a massive one that we're really, really looking forward to. Them earnings are coming out next Wednesday or Thursday, and I'm sure we'll have a video or a post up about that as well. So Planet 13 is one of my biggest positions, and it's something that I'm really, really interested in, and it's definitely one of my favorite companies. And
so
then
we're going to go back to the man himself, Elon Musk, and
Yeah.
one of his tweets that he came out with that this week as well, which is in Tesla. Like so, there's a new car coming with Tesla over the next while.
It's basically just the Model S Plaid is coming out on June 3rd. We've been waiting for it for like 2 or 3 months. They have a lot of orders in for it. I know a lot of guys are watching YouTube. I know are waiting on them. The third, he tweeted word for word: Tesla Model S Plaid delivery event June 3rd at our California factory. Fastest production car ever, 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 2 seconds. That is absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Like that car is already crazy. Like
it's a pretty fast car.
Oh, that's a fast car. Like, and people don't realize 2 seconds is nuts. Like that's 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 2 seconds. Anyway, I won't nerd out on it too much, but that's supposed to be coming now in June. So you probably you've seen there was no production of Model X and Model S's for Q1. In the recent Tesla announcement for their earnings report, so it's good to see that they're coming back in because people were giving them hassle for that they weren't producing these cars. But there we go, Model S Plaid and the Model X Plaid hopefully this year too, please God.
Yeah.
So that's more huge news for Tesla. And another tweet by Elon Musk.
So another thing that's quite topical is cyber security and cyber attacks.
Oh, yeah.
They've come in recently, notably in the US with the Colonial Pipeline, which cut off fuel to all of the East Coast pretty much. And we saw like them pictures online of people going to fuel stations with buckets and literally bringing fuel back for fear that it would never come back.
I think they ended up paying them out.
They did. They ended up paying them up to 4.4 million to the ransomware hackers.
Yeah.
Like, but also more closer to home, like our own health service got hacked recently by identifiers like the Widow Spider.
They actually requested
cryptocurrencies to get the stuff back. Like so,
if boomers didn't hate cryptocurrencies enough, now they have this to give out of it. But anyway, that's besides the point. Yeah.
So like, this was actually reflected like in one of our stock picks was CrowdStrike. Like it actually went up 10% this week. Like which I think is in relation to these attacks. Like and making cybersecurity is more and more important than ever as these things are going to come. More and more, it's becoming more and more prevalent across the world, and look, people need to be careful what they're doing on their computers. Like, so they're not going to stop every breach just because it's cybersecurity. Like, a lot of these issues are down to human error. Like, but it's definitely a topic that needs to be like addressed like across the board. Like, because these things are becoming more and more dangerous.
100%. And then lastly, so not really close to home, but like everything that happens in the US seems to just affect everyone, and especially if you're investing in US companies, it's definitely affecting. So like the US unemployment claims down to 440,000, which is 34,000 lower than last week.
Yeah. These things were over 1 million at one point at the height of the pandemic. So this is actually a pandemic low at the moment. But it's strange because it's actually reflecting that there's all-time high job vacancies. So a lot of people have got comfortable and stuff in the US because the minimum wage is lower than what they're getting on benefits. Like you have examples of like McDonald's in Florida paying people just $50 just to turn up for an interview, and also
Tampa Bay's Florida.
Yeah,
McDonald's $50
just to turn up.
Just to turn up for an interview, and their minimum wage has gone.
Just $17.
$17
to start, which is unheard of for McDonald's. Like,
yeah, so, like it's really.
And I imagine this is happening like across a lot of different businesses as they struggle to get workers like back especially because the US had, like, a lot of people left the labour force, like whether it's like taking care of kids or retiring early and stuff. So look, it's definitely an issue, but it is good to see that there is a lot of jobs available to people, like, so.
And things are like, I know things like Vegas this week was their first week back to 100%
full
capacity. So and another play we do, Win Resorts, is booked out for the rest of the year.
So
you can't even get a room there for the rest of the year.
Full capacity is something that we hope that we'll get back here.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see that over the next few months.
Yeah.
Like, even on a day-to-day, more people, like in work, I'm the only person that's not vaccinated in work now. So Joe, I'm starting to see loads, like the more and more people I meet in work as well that are vaccinated, and then most of them have had their 2 shots, so that's great. But guys, look, we won't keep you much longer. Thanks very much if you've gotten this far. We really appreciate it. Please don't forget to hit the like button, hit the notification button, and subscribe.
And don't forget to share this with your family and friends.
So, not financial advisors, entertainment purposes only. Like, subscribe, share. Thanks very much.
Bye bye.